Good afternoon from Tokyo. We are currently holding the poster session at the Asian Conference on Education and International Development, which is jointly held with the Asian Conference on Psychology and Gerontology. Next to me is standing Dr. Emiliano Bosio from Toyo University, Japan.
Yes, Toyo University Japan, and director of the Global Citizenship Education Interview Series, which is basically a series of interviews on global citizenship publicly available on YouTube.
I will let you introduce yourself and tell us all about what you're doing.
So I publish books. My most recent book is Ethical Global Citizenship Education, which is published by Cambridge University Press, where I discuss the UNESCO's approach to global citizenship education. I focus on certain ethical principles, for example, social justice, contributing to the common good, and sustainability. I teach here in Japan. I'm a professor of education. And also, I interview a lot of interesting academics, intellectuals, and entrepreneurs on the concept of global citizenship education from a sustainability perspective.
Why is it important to talk about global citizenship?
It is important because in our current societies, there is an issue with understanding the important connection between the local and the global. And so we want to encourage individuals to really contribute to the common good, social justice, by taking action in a sustainable way.
And today you were our respondent during the forum session.
That was a very interesting discussion. I believe one of the core reasons why I accepted your invitation and Joseph Halden, the chair of this interesting organization, invitation to speak, is that the forum proposes a dialogic approach. In this case, was focusing on global citizenship education and AI. Why this is important? It's important because AI, as we all know, is highly debated. Global citizenship education is also a highly debated concept. The two of them are potentially interconnected in a way that can help individuals, particularly young learners, to direct the learning journey not only towards skills, important as they are, but also fostering sustainability, ethical values, social justice, and the common good.
Did you like the format, this dialogue that was happening, and the interactive polls and quizzes that we had?
Yeah, an interactive format is always good. And a dialogic approach, as the one we use today in the forum, is also very important because we want to learn from the audience as much as the audience is learning from the speakers, right? Today, for example, I discussed my new book, Ethical Global Citizenship Education, in Cambridge University Press. I discussed the coming up book in Oxford University Press, the handbook on global citizenship education. And by doing that, I offered some inputs. What is global citizenship education? How can it contribute to this discussion on AI? And the audience responded. Quite interesting responses, critically oriented responses, I should say. And this is what we need, dynamism.
Is there something that you heard or saw today that surprised you or stood out to you or maybe you disagreed with?
No, I believe that overall the fact that we had perspectives, particularly from the global south, the experience of one of the individuals in the audience reporting on that experience in Nigeria about the young girls advancing this notion of social justice for all, that was a very good perspective. We need perspectives from the global south.
I guess there is merit in having such sessions during international conferences.
I think so. I'm a supporter of a dialogic approach to education. I do that in my Global Citizenship Education Interview Series, which is basically a platform engaging in dialogues about education, sustainability, ethical values. And what we did today is a sort of a live dialogic approach. What core themes, AI, global citizenship, education, the purposes of education. That's another core area.
I brought it up before at the forum session, but there was one delegate that previously said that perhaps global citizenship is too broad and abstract of a theme to be talked about by normal people, non-academics, or including that in the K-12 curriculum or whatever. What are your thoughts on this?
It's true. It's interesting because we need to facilitate the understanding of the concept of global citizenship education to a broader audience. The Global Citizenship Education Interview Series does that because it's on YouTube. It's a publicly available platform where we discussed in many circumstances the notion of global citizenship in a very simple way, accessible way. So we do need to reach out to young people in many ways. And YouTube is one potential way. This conference is another way, where we had a really diverse audience, students, graduates, professors, entrepreneurs. So it's very important that we push forward the concept in a way that is critical, because not one necessarily agrees with the potential of global citizenship, but at least we need to have a dynamic discussion.
Then my last question is, what is your outlook considering the current political turmoil? And obviously we need global citizenship education more than ever now. What is your outlook about this?
My idea about global citizenship education is that it has to be discussed ethically and critically. That means that within the discussion on global citizenship education, we must be able to discuss with young learners, particularly, notions of social justice, notions of how do we contribute to the common good, what kind of action do we take for the betterment of society. This is a core question that we always need to ask when we discuss global citizenship education. In this context, politically speaking, but also sociologically speaking, the notion of ethical global citizenship education, ethically oriented towards sustainability, is very important because it encourages it's a journey towards sustainability that takes a little bit of distance on this focus of skills and goes towards sustainability, ethical values. That's what we need, in my opinion. Not only in global citizenship education, but education at large.
Can we get there, let's say, in the next 10 years?
So first of all, I decided to publish 10 books in 10 years. So that means 10 books within 2030, exactly with the spirit of challenging this. If we can leave something to future generations that they can read, they can learn from, then perhaps we can have different leaders who are able to engage in dialogue, leaders who appreciate sustainability and ethical values, and ultimately they can potentially contribute to social justice.
Hopefully that comes true.
I'm sure.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.